Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ulfa Oktaviana Salsa, and in this video I want to tell you about North Country film. So let's start. North Country is a film that tells the story about a woman who works at a mining company who fight for her right as a woman. Her name is Josie Ames. She lives in a country in the Arctic region, North Minnesota. This film begins with Josie experiencing domestic violence, her husband beating her until finally Josie left her husband. Josie went to his parents' home in North Minnesota. There, Josie worked in a saloon with mediocre salary. Until one day, she got a customer who turned out to be an old friend named Glory. Glory worked at a mining company where Josie's father also worked there. She tells Josie that she can also work there, but Josie's father and mother disagree. Josie worked in the mining because the high risks. Josie finally decided to work a mining site where the majority of the work were men. On her first day, Josie received a bad reception. A male miner said words that insulted women. After working for a while, Josie realized that there were many harassment received by women in her workplace. Sexual harassment that occurs start from work or verbally, age and visual. Josie told her boss could act on this matter, but her boss ignored her. With the various events that illustrate the many injustice for a woman in her workplace, Josie invited her friends to complain about their problems to Donald person, but her friends ignored it because they thought it would only make things worse. The next day, the woman changing room at the mine site was filled with scribble. Josie's friend considered Josie the source of the problem because she dared to open her mouth. Their friends do not want to open their mouth because it can threaten the continuity of their work, which is the source of their life. Then, in the powder room, Josie gets drug treatment from Bobby. Josie can no longer endure everything. She also decides to stop working. Josie plans to sue the mining company. He also asks Bill help as a lawyer. With full consideration, Bill accepted to become Josie's lawyer. It was difficult for Josie because her friends kept silent and were afraid to admit that injustice where they work. Finally, Josie got the courage, single-handedly demanded work right, and resolved the injustice that had been happening so far. At the court, many things were revealed. From the rape of Josie's teacher, Paul Latafansky, when Josie was 16 years old, Bobby, who initially hated Josie and continued to lie, he finally confessed everything he knows. This is a breath of fresh air for Josie, starting with his friend Glory, who is sick but still attending the court, which stated that she supports Josie. Later, friends and people present at the court were moved and supported Josie in suing the mining company. And finally, the case was won by Josie and her friends. This had a huge impact in America and even the world. Company regulations were changed. Eventually, the right of women work were legally protected. The quote that I like from this film is when the lawyer Bill White said that, "What are you supposed to do when the ones with all the power are hurting those with one? Well, for start, stand up and tell the truth. You stand up for your friend. You stand up even when you are alone. You stand up."